Hi, I'm Michael, and today we're bringing to life the hilarious chicken from Moana, Hei Hei. Stay with me for another 6 minutes and you will see how it was made. I'll show you exactly how I did it, step by step. This character has been on my mind for years and almost became just another unfinished project. But with the Moana 2 premiere around the corner, I got inspired to complete it. I want to level up my feathering skills, so cross your fingers for me. After modeling Hei Hei in the Nomad Sculpt app, I printed him using my Bamboo Lab A1 Mini. I love this little machine, though a bigger version with AMS would be amazing if somebody wants to sponsor me. This project marks the start of more one-of-a-kind builds like this, as I make my YouTube channel a priority. I've learned a lot from other makers, so I'm here to share my process and experiments. I had this crazy idea to add a ball joint to his neck to make him posable. It would add so much personality, but you'll soon see the complications it could cause. Here he is, 33 centimeters tall, 3D printed plastic rooster, roughly real size. I use Polymaker Polyterra PLA because it's incredibly quick and easy to sand. With the A1 Mini's 0.2 millimeters quick swappable nozzles, it's been a fantastic alternative to resin printing for detailed parts like this. A few puffs of yellow spray paint and some more sanding made them smooth and almost perfect. It's amazing how a bit of color can change everything. So I added some orange shading and did a quick dry brush with a lighter yellow. It's an easy technique, yet it can elevate any piece with just a few simple strokes. Take some paint on an old brush, dry it on paper, and brush the remaining paint over the raised areas. It makes the details pop and gives this chicken leg a more three-dimensional look. Check out the difference. I bought some goose feathers, but I wasn't happy with their flat colors, so I shaded them with acrylics. I added some green to the blue feathers and blue and turquoise to the green ones to help them blend together. This next step is make or break. Let's hope it goes well. They were longer than I needed, so I trimmed them and used just the tips. I use this transparent and flexible adhesive on all my Disney birds. It holds the feathers in place immediately, but still gives you time to adjust them. I attach them in multiple sessions, allowing the glue to dry in between. I use my fingernails to bend the feather veins to follow the profile of the figure. The glue can stain them, so apply it only on the tips and cover it with the next row. For Hei Hei's bright neck, I found these long feathers. I'll link them in the description. I painted the tips red and orange to match the character from the movie. Here comes the tricky part. Will these look right? Let's find out together. I tested them and liked how they looked, but they're more springy and harder to bend than the other feathers. I need to attach them in sections and find creative ways to hold them in place while the glue sets. They tend to slide and detach on bends, which cause me a lot of problems. My solution? I fit a few each evening and let them dry overnight. I wasn't sure how to make the wings at first, but here's the rough paper shape. I figured I would slide in longer feathers and build on top of that, blending them with the rest of the figure. It worked well, and it doesn't look like a separate element, which I was worried about. It's time to sand his movie-accurate hollow head. I should have given it more infill, but I tried to reduce weight for better stability of the figure. It was a good call because most of the mass is off-center. Fortunately, the long tail balances it well and he doesn't need a base. White spray paint mainly because of the eyes, but also to show any areas to correct sanding. I wanted to add a subtle texture to his flashy red comb, so I spent a few hours making dots with thick paint. At that point, my intelligence had leveled with the chicken. I should have just spattered it randomly. I tested this texturing technique on another project I can't show until December. I used red spray paint, hoping for tiny bumps and subtle color variations to emulate translucent skin. Making all those dots took me a few hours. Painting with blue-violet around eyes so it will later blend with the red airbrushing. I added some more colors and covered it with masking tape, taking the risk of peeling it off later. You see, my bird brain in action. Finally, I painted him with a selection of rich red acrylics, vermilion, sunset, and carmine, to capture that final eye-catching look. I was getting tired so close to the finish, so I motivated myself by watching Moana 2 trailers. I was so relieved to see that the chicken is still alive and bringing humor to the story. Are you as excited for the movie as I am? I also sculpted a kakamora and have parts printed in my box. I wonder if I could finish and edit it before the premiere. Would you like to see it? Leave me a comment so I know I'm not alone here. So much wisdom in those eyes, they just need a bit of clear resin to make them shine. I applied a few layers and hardened them with UV light. I had a blast bringing this chicken to life, but the journey isn't over. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. After a few more hours of work, here he is, the final Hei Hei. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. Leave a like and I'll see you in the next project. Go see Moana 2 at cinema or later on Disney+. And in the meantime, check out my Baby Kevin video next. Here he is, so small for size comparison. Thank you for watching and see you soon.